What's up, guys? This is Kephas, and check it out. We are going to test out the Demon Hunter today. I'm really excited to finally test this out for you guys. I have messed around with this class on and off quite a bit since the beginning of the expansion, and I've made a couple videos and deleted them because I wasn't happy with what I was providing. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My first impressions of this class were very negative. I was very disappointed at first, and I'm going to be open and honest about that because I have seen a lot of YouTube videos from other YouTubers who have really just, without really testing it, obviously, just go out and react and bash this class and say that it's a horrible class, it's a joke, it's too easy, and all this kind of stuff. And I get those first impressions, trust me. But I did not want to be one of those people that just threw out a negative video without really understanding what I was supposed to do and what Blizzard probably wants me to do as a Demon Hunter. So I wanted to give this some further testing, and I'm happy to say that my first impressions were wrong, and I am very glad that I did not release those videos, because I do not want to be negative for the sake of being negative and get people all fired up for the sake of doing so. I want to be honest and fair, and I have to say that this is a really cool class, okay? It's a really cool class that I am excited to play and learn more how to play. Having said that, I'm no expert here, right? I don't know the perfection yet, the perfect way to play the class. I'm sure there are a lot of really optimal ways to play. People that understand it are explaining it a little bit to me. That there is a learning curve. There is a skill set here, right? But on the surface, it looks really, really straightforward. And it is. So the good news is the class is really easy to play. Like, it's easy to get by and play without a lot of effort. If you have a vision problem or if you have other disabilities where it's hard to keep track of things, you should not have too much trouble playing a Demon Hunter. But there is a skill curve. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to cover too much of that in-depth stuff because that's not really what this series is about. We're here to talk about how to play a class the easy way. So the good news is there is definitely an easy way to play this class, and if you're looking forward to playing a Demon Hunter, you should have no problem playing it simply. And as you learn it, you can probably get to where you can play it pretty well, because there aren't a lot of abilities that you really need to manage, especially during your core rotation. Again, if you look down at my action bar, you will see that there are not too many abilities. There are only a couple core rotational abilities, some long cooldown abilities, and then a lot of abilities that you'll use in situations. Now, the key to the Demon Hunter, the reason why it looks so bland initially, is because a lot of its rotation will be changed with talents. Unfortunately, because we can't make level 110 characters, as far as I know, I've looked, I've tried, and right now it's not available, as far as I know. I can only show you a level 100 Demon Hunter, but that's good because when the expansion comes out, you'll be starting off there. So I can help you guys get started, and obviously once I have a level 110 and I've messed around some, I will make future videos giving more guides. So a lot of how you play this class is going to be affected by your talents, and that's why I'm here in Pandaria at the target dummy, because I want to be able to go in, rest, and change up some talents real quick. But freaking weird gnome. Or no, that was a panda, wasn't it? I thought it was a gnome with white face paint on. I'm a moron. Okay, so anyways, as you can see, Demon Hunter is really cool. Has a lot of niche abilities like double jump, and you can glide. That glide is awesome, by the way. There's another cool ability where you can see, like, here, I'll use it. See this? See those red targets out there? Those are enemies. You can see them through walls. You can see them from pretty far away. I don't know how useful it is, but it's really cool, and it might come in handy from time to time. Probably really useful in PvP, especially for, like, me, when I need to find something, especially an enemy. So that's kind of cool. A lot of its abilities are mobile. It's a very mobile class, but the core rotation, let's finally get into this, is really simple. So you have three main abilities that you're going to use. Three main rotational abilities. Really, you have two, and then a couple cooldown abilities. So it's all about building Fury and spending it. You build Fury with Demon's Bite. So you walk up, you hit Demon's Bite, it does a little bit of damage, and as you look down below my character's feet, or around my character's feet, you will see a bar, or you can look up at the top left, and you'll see this purple stuff. That's Fury. You use Demon's Bite to build it. Now I'm maxed out. I can use other abilities to spend it. The core one is the one next to it that I have here, called Chaos Strike. It's a really cool attack. Look at that. Bam, bam. It actually hits twice. You spend Fury mainly on that. That's the main thing. So the core rotation is hitting one, build Fury, hitting two to spend it. And you can see why initially I thought this was a very stupid, boring class. Now there are some more abilities to it. Your other core ability here is Blade Dance, which you will use every 8.5 seconds. It's really good AoE and good single target. Does a lot of damage. You want to burst that out every 8 seconds. That will, by the way, be really easy to macro in with other spenders. And you also have I-Beam, which is a really burst attack. It has a long cooldown though, 45 seconds. So there we go. I-Beam does a lot of damage to multiple enemies that are in front of you, which is really cool. Otherwise, you just kind of go back to the core rotation again. So let's repeat. You've got Blade Dance you use on cooldown, you generate with Demon's Bite, and then you spend it with Chaos Strike, mainly. And then you wait for those cooldowns to come off. Now you have a couple other abilities to look at. You have this glaive, Throw Glaive. I always get this confused with Glaive Toss because of Hunters. It's called Throw Glaive. You can use it at range, as you can see. And it does it consume Fury? I don't think it does. No, it actually doesn't consume Fury, but it does have a 10-second cooldown. It doesn't do a lot of damage by itself, but there are some talents and I believe some artifact abilities that benefit from that. So it will probably be a big part of your rotation. Oh, also, by the way, Chaos Strikes, when it crits, it automatically refills your Demonic Fury, which is pretty cool. So you can hit it more often. It's pretty awesome. Another ability that you have, let's see, besides the really cool ones, I'll go over, is when you get your artifact weapon, you get an ability called Fury of the Illidari. Use it once every minute. It's just kind of like a passive thing that goes off. I don't even know if that uses global cooldown, so that means it could be really easy to macro. It will be easy to macro regardless, right? So that's kind of the thing. This class, because of all the cooldowns it uses, will be really easy to macro. That doesn't mean that you'll be playing it efficiently, but it does mean that I can get all the abilities in the macro. But even if you don't have a macro, it's really easy because the cooldowns are really long except for Blade Dance. Otherwise, you're just hitting 1 and 2. You know, really straightforward. So, no big deal there, right? Really easy. Now, you have a couple other really cool abilities. You have this one, Vengeful Retreat, which I have set up. It's kind of like Disengage, right? So, you see that? It's kind of like Disengage, but it does damage. There are some talents that will change that up a little bit and give it some more effects. And then you also have this really cool one. It's called Fell Rush, which is like a blink. It doesn't really rush at the target. It's not like Charge. But it is like a blink, but it also, when you rush through things, it does damage. So as you can see, and it has 2 charges. So, you have some pretty cool mobility abilities. Say that 3 times fast. Those are your core abilities. And obviously you have some CC abilities I have over here set up. You've got like that. That was cool. That's called Chaos Nova. Really cool CC attack. It does a little bit of damage too, which is kind of nice. And then you just have other CC-related, PvP-ish kind of abilities. All kinds of stuff that you can use. And then some Blood Elf-specific ones. But yeah, that's the basic rotation. And as you can see, it's really not that difficult to play. It's going to be an easy-to-play, hard-to-master kind of class, which is fine, right? It makes it easy for people that want something easy, and for people that want some skill and want to feel like they're getting the most out of their Demon Hunter, it's there. It may not be easy to find initially, but I promise you it is there. So, you know, shame on people who go out and say, oh my god, this class sucks, and don't really give it time to really understand it. You have to play the game and understand what the developer is trying to get out of it. If they were just trying to get out a 2-button rotation and that's it, then shame on the developers, right? But Blizzard has done a lot more with this class here, I assure you, and it's actually quite ingenious the way they designed this class. It does feel very different from a lot of other classes. So I have to give them props there. So, like I said, forget my first impressions and let's just keep going. You have another really cool ability that I want to show you. Other than like some survivability, you know, stuff like that, there's this ability called Metamorphosis, and there can be an entire skill set up with the talents that can be built around this ability right here, keeping it up longer, making it more effective when you have it up, and that kind of thing. I'm going to show you how it works now. So, it's a 5-minute cooldown, but what it does is, rather than having the Warlocks have Metamorphosis, Demon Hunters have them now, and it does exactly what Warlocks one did, except that when you click it, it puts an AoE target on, you hit that, and then you jump forward and you turn into a giant demon, and then you just do a lot more damage. And you can use your abilities like before, does a lot more damage, you build up Fury, spin it. It really doesn't change up the rotation exactly, but you do a lot more damage. So it's a really good burst ability, and that's a big part of playing this class for some of the specs. What's weird about the Demon Hunter, and I'll go over talents here in a second, but the way you play it will vary depending on what spec you kind of go with. There are some sub-specs based on the talents that you pick, right? So that's kind of the key. But there you go. It's really easy. Just use it every 5 minutes. Use it when you want to burst. However you decide to do that, like if you raid or whatever, pretty straightforward. If you're coming up on a hard enemy, you can use it. Whatever, right? Piece of cake. That's the very basic rotation. It's fun to watch. It sounds cool. It feels cool to play, and I like it a lot. And I'm happy because for people that do want something simple, there is simple options, and I'm actually going to show you some of that now. So let's go over the talents that I do have. Unlike other classes, like Paladins, Warlocks, the rest of the bunch all get their talents, all of their talents at level 100. The Demon Hunter, because it starts at level 98, it's actually really cool. You get your talents as you level up through the new content. So it's going to be really fun to play a Demon Hunter, whereas the other classes, they already have all their talents. So, and you're also building up your artifact weapon to add more changes to your talents. So let's go over what we do have. I'm not going to go over any of this because I can only speculate. I haven't really tested any of it yet, so I really don't have much to say about it. But as from what I've looked over here, what I will say to sum it up, there are abilities, there are passives, and they can really change up how you play the class. It's really cool the things that you can do with some of these talents. But the ones, I'll give you an example with the ones that I do have. So, this first tier, they're all three passes, but they affect different abilities. This one increases the critical strike chance of Fel Rush by 100% and generates 25 Fury when Fel Rush damages at least one target. So, this will incorporate Fel Rush into your rotation more if you're going for a more mobile style of play. That's kind of cool. Then there's this one. Chaos Strike hits an additional target. I went with this one because I thought it would be nice to hit multiple targets when I'm playing a more simple style rotation. Obviously, I thought this would be the way to go. And then this last one is Blind Fury. Speaks to me, right? The visually impaired guy. Yes, this is my class. People tell me, am I going to play a Demon Hunter? Heck yeah, I am. I mean, it's the blind class. It's like me in real life, right? No. So anyways, this last one, Blind Fury, increases the duration of Eye Beam by 50%. I like this talent too. It's a good option. But if I can't lower that cooldown, then I just didn't feel like it was worth it. So I went with this one. But, you know, this is kind of AoE. This one's kind of bursty. This one over here is just for mobility. But they all increase the damage of different abilities. So whatever you like to do, you can choose, and it really won't change up too much other than just what buttons you want to hit when. Now this tier, this is the interesting one. The way I've been doing it is with this right now. I use Prepared. Reduces the cooldown of Vengeful Retreat by 10 seconds and generates 75 Fury over 6 seconds if you damage at least one enemy with Vengeful Retreat. So again, this can go in conjunction with this one here if you're going for a more mobile build. I'm going to go over this one last for a reason. This one over here, Chaos Strike has a chance to spawn a Lesser Soul Fragment, and consuming any Soul Fragment grants 30 Fury. This is really cool. I'll show you how this works right now, actually. So, this is what I'm saying. This is a good example of how this changes up the playstyle. So let's switch over to this one here. That's why I stayed in Pandaria, so I can go rest up. And let's see if I can get some Soul Fragments to drop out. I will zoom out the camera a little bit here. So you go into fight. And then you just build up. I thought that bird was mine for a second. And we had, well, what happened? Hang on. There we go. My target got all out of whack. So we just keep building up Fury. Build that up a little bit. And let's see. Now, obviously, for me, this is kind of a hard talent to use because I might not always see these Soul Fragments come out. So if some have already come out, I apologize. There's one. I just don't know where it went. I may have collected it already. But if you pay attention, you'll see these little purple... There's one over there. You see it? Let me go grab it. So I'm going to charge over here, get that Soul Fragment, and it gives me some Fury. Again, it's really good if you're the type of player that likes to kind of move around the map, because when they drop, unlike the Monk Orbs, they drop really far away. So it's really to just kind of prove how mobile this class can be, the way you're playing it, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. So it's just another way to generate more Fury quicker, but... It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Now, this last one is the one that I find interesting. I don't know how well it's going to be received for min-maxing, but I will show you how much this can make the class insanely easy. The middle one, Demon Blades. This turns Demon's Bite, which is your Fury builder, into a passive. Your auto attack has a chance to deal additional shadow damage and generate Fury. So let's switch to that real quick, and I'll show you exactly how this works. So now, Demon's Bite is no longer in the rotation. See that? It's passive now. So we can remove it from the bar entirely now. Check that out. So you walk up, and here we go. You just, well, let's go over here to these. I'll go to this one. And then you just start attacking. And look, I'm slowly very slowly. I can't control it as much, so it kind of, but as you can see, Fury starts to build up really quickly. So now you don't even have to hit Demon's Bite to build Fury. So I just removed the button from the rotation entirely. You just wait for it to build, and then you hit your other buttons. So as you can see, this makes the rotation even easier to play. I don't know if this will slow things down for leveling. I don't know if this is going to be too boring for some, but this can help you if you're having too many buttons to manage. So, as you can imagine, this can make the class even more accessible for people that still feel like there are too many buttons to hit, and it is an option. I don't know if it's the best option. I don't know if it's the best for min-maxing. It might be boring to some, but it is definitely there for you if that's the way that you want to go. So, again, I think it's really cool. It's really weird. I mean, this does make it really easy. All you have to do is watch your bar and then use your buttons, use your abilities whenever they're available. And that is all there is to playing a Demon Hunter. And it's really, really cool. Now, how does it hold up? It holds up pretty well. I'm going to go to a new place, like a new zone or something, and show you guys some actual combat. That way you don't feel cheated. So I will be right back. Alright, let's see if we can find some mischief. Let's see what we can fight. Pick a fight. I'm going to pick a fight. Alright, I love this glide. Look at that, I went all the way from up there. The glide is awesome. It's like slow fall, but without a cooldown. Pretty sweet. There we go. We got some mischief here we can get into. Fight some worms. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't have Demon's Bite anymore. So, as you can see, just walk up, start fighting. It is a little slow without the without that one ability. Without, you know, Demon's Bite. I can't just go in and just build Fury. But once the auto attacks get going, it does generate Fury. So, it is up to you entirely how you play. I'm just using it to illustrate that the class can actually be played with only a couple buttons, right? That's pretty cool. I would probably suggest, especially when you're leveling, that you use Demon's Bite because it's definitely slower. But I also don't know why it's giving me orbs. I don't think it should be doing that because, I mean, this doesn't say anything about orbs. This is the one that gives the orbs. So, for some reason, it's still giving me orbs. I don't know if there's something I'm missing. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. It's weird. But it's giving me orbs nonetheless. And like I said, I don't know if it's supposed to or not. If you are in the beta and you know this, tell me. But it's a little confusing. But anyways, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love gliding. It's just a lot of fun to play. I think it's going to be a lot of fun when more talents are added. You know, I mean, when I get to a higher level and I get more talents. And like I said, in the future, I will be able to go over that. But I at least was able to kind of demonstrate to you guys the simplicity that the Demon Hunter offers, which I thought was important. It's definitely an easy to play, kind of hard to master kind of class. So anyways, there you go, guys. That is the Demon Hunter, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're looking forward to it, be excited because it's really cool. And it, like I said, if you're worried about not being able to play it, you honestly should not have a problem. If macros work, I can make it even easier, and we will see what goes on with that. And there you go, guys. So I just wanted to show off the Demon Hunter a little bit, show off some actual combat. There's some more orbs. I have no idea what's going on there. Actually, those healed me. So I don't know. Maybe they do drop all the time, and those just don't generate Fury. I don't know. But the healing is kind of nice. I don't know. So maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe there's a passive. You know what? I never really read the passives. But anyways, you guys, that's the Demon Hunter, and this is Kephas. Thank you guys for watching. I've had some requests, and I will try to get more videos out as soon as possible. So thank you guys for watching this series. I appreciate your support as always. Feel free to like and share and subscribe and all that great YouTube related stuff because you guys are rocking it, and I love you guys. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. This is Kephas. Until next time.